Gary Hendrick, Pete Dietrich, I believe this is a question for you.
Can I walk over there a little bit, please?
I can see you, Gary.
Okay. My name's Gary Hendrick, and I represent over 1,700 people that are local that are concerned about living near this power plant. San Clemente Green has been active when we produce these posters and stuff, but we didn't start off as anti-nuclear, and we got involved because of the whistleblower issue, and that's where we're coming from. But we have deep concerns, and there's part of my question that I have to ask. I just need to verify that I have it right, because I'm not a nuclear expert, and I'm asking you, Pete, to specifically about the mode of starting up a generator and how the different phases it goes through. I understand there's a mode 5 is the lowest. That's kind of like it's not even operating. And then mode 4 is more operational. Load 3 and load 2 and load 1. I'm mostly concerned if I got that right, because my question has more to do with mode 3, and I wanted to understand how close is mode 3 to fully operating that plant. I should be more clear in terms of how much heat and pressure and how much radioactive water is flowing through the generator.
All right, Pete, you understand that question?
Yeah, Gary, I'd be more than willing to follow up with you to talk specifically about the modes. Your mode 3 question relates to, I'll answer primarily, is the reactor is still shut down. So we are not producing heat through nuclear fission. But in mode 3, we consider the plant to be up or approaching what's considered to be normal operating temperature and pressure. But again, that heat is being generated by either the heat from pumps that are running or from other heaters that can be applied to create heat in the plant. So the reactor is shut down. There is no nuclear fission occurring, and but the plant is able to go up and conduct testing at normal operating pressure and temperature.
So the reason I was asking that is, as I understand it, at mode 3, you have the same amount of heat and pressure as when it's running at full capacity, but it's just not with the reactor operating. But it still has radioactive water flowing through the steam generator. And the reason that's important is, again, I was contacted by a whistleblower today, and I haven't been able to verify this. It's all recent news, but he's working on that process right now at your plant. And you're going from 4 to 5, and by the 20th of this month, you intend to go from a 4 to a 3. And my concern is, and this is the reason we're here tonight, is because we're afraid a decision is going to be made to start up these reactors when it's really not safe. And what I understood, and correct me if I'm wrong, that if you start up the mode 3 and you have the same heat and same pressure, and something goes wrong with those tubes, then radiation could escape into the atmosphere. Is that right?
Well, first I'll say that our confirmatory action letter that was issued by the Nuclear Regulatory Commission places a limit on Unit 2, and that we cannot take that plant into mode 2 or start the reactor up until we receive NRC permission. So, as we've said over and over again, we will not operate the plant until both Southern California Edison and the Nuclear Regulatory Commission have concluded that it's safe to do so. The restrictions in our confirmatory action letter do allow us to conduct some additional testing, not with the reactor critical, but in a normal operating pressure and temperature situation, but not with heat introduction rates created by nuclear fission, not with steam rates in the steam generators that require full operation of the steam generators. So the requirements are laid out in our confirmatory action letter. That letter was issued in March of this year, and those are the requirements that we're bound by law to live with.
The reactor is running right now? Are you telling us that?
Both reactors are shut down right now, and they will remain shut down until we receive permission from the NRC to start now.
Okay, go ahead, Rick. Gary.
Elmo, just a quick follow-up question to you from Gary.
Well, what I understand is, under the confirmatory action letter, Edison would start up the reactor number 2 up to what is the equivalent of normal operation heat and pressure, and and that would be acceptable to NRC under the current regulation, and you could have a disastrous result from that, and it's still within the regulations, and we never get the adjudicated hearing that we want, and that's what we're really here for. We don't want an accident to happen before this judgment is made by independent experts.
A couple of points, if I might, to address that. Number one, the reactor's not going to start up until we've completed our review, and we think there's a sound basis for safety. But secondly, and I think the point you're making here with the difference between Mode 2 for Unit 2 and Mode 4 for Unit 3, and we thought about that when we formulated that requirement. And the reason that it exists is Unit 2 steam generator tubes, none of them lost structural integrity. They retained their strength and have retained it to today. And so that was never lost. So there's no risk, additional risk, with Unit 2 being at the normal operating pressure. What we have to do before they start up, though, is consider the dynamic that was reserved on Unit 3 to make sure that that's not going to happen. So that's why we formulated the requirements. It's really a technical answer.
So, I'm trying to understand, and with all due respect, I think what you're saying is you're going to allow Unit 2 to be taken to the Mode 3 operation, which the only difference is it's not critical reactor, but it still has the same heat, same pressure, and the same weakened tubes that we haven't determined, we haven't done the study yet, and you're going to allow them to start Unit 2 at that pressure, and it's at our risk. Why is that even reasonable?
I think, we talked, I think the tubes are not weakened in Unit 2. They have full structural integrity. And it was maintained. I think this requires further discussion to make sure we're talking about the same thing.
Okay, I'm going to ask Pete Dietrich to respond again to this. Pete, Larry, you want to listen up? Go ahead, Pete.
Taking Unit 2 in Mode 4 and Mode 3, which is allowed by the confirmatory action letter, does not create in anywhere close any thermal hydraulic conditions in the steam generators that can create fluid lasting stability. The reactor is shut down and remains shut down in Modes 4 and 3. There is no heat of nuclear fission that is driving steam generator flow or steam flow in the steam generators. It's a matter of testing.
One more time.
Hey, Rick, do you have one more? Because I think we have people here. Okay. And as Pete said, he can talk to Gary about the different modes after the meeting or whatever, but I think we need to get this on.
He's expecting us to trust his judgment. We want to have independent experts tell it, not him.
Right, we heard that. We heard that.